Hi everybody, welcome to the Deluise book series channel. I'm Christina, Kristinedeluise, and I just finished reading An Act of Villainy by Ashley Weaver, and took about um 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Okay, so when I first started reading it, it had it. I've been reading all the Regencies lately, and I guess I don't know. It seemed a little snooty. I don't know. That was my very, very first impression. Um, and the author makes a point. Oh, it takes place in London, and and I and the author makes a point of saying how nice it is to stroll through the theater district in London after the movies. And for in my head, I'm thinking Manhattan and Broadway and Central Park and all that. I don't know what that's what I was thinking. But what did I want to do with? Oh, well, first I should be walking through London's West End after a night at the theater. Amory Ames and her husband Miles run into a wealthy investor and former actor Gerard Holloway. Holloway and his wife Georgina are old friends, and Holloway invites them to a dress rehearsal of a new play he's directing. However, Amory is shocked to learn that Holloway has cast his mistress, actress Flora Bell, in the leading role. He admits to Amy and Milo that Flora has been receiving threatening letters and tells them he needs their help in finding the mysterious sender. Okay, I'm going to give you that little preview. Now, why did I want... Oh, one of the things that kind of bothered me was the uh why don't you sleep, darling? You'll feel better if you get some... Sorry, I got itch. I doubt I'll be able to, I said, but I set aside the cup and saucer on the bedside table and rose to turn down the blankets. Milo went around to his side and we got into bed. There's something I think we should discuss, Milo said when we were settled. I turned my head on the pillow to look at him as he turned to me, his dark head propped up on his hand. What is it? I know how that brain of yours works, he said. I know you're already running through the list of suspects and trying to determine a way in which we might catch the killer. Of course, I said. I feel as though we have an obligation to Flora Bell. That's debatable, but I know you feel strongly about it, and I'm not going to ask you to keep out of this. I was surprised. I feel as though we have an but I know you feel strongly about it. I'm not going to ask you to keep out of this. I was surprised. I had expected protest from Milo, not this easy acceptance. I know you won't let it drop anyway, no matter what I say, he said. But if we are going to look into this investigation, into this matter, we will do it together. I won't have you putting yourself in danger. But, and then, once I was a little, it bothered me. I don't like the mother-daughter relationship. That kind of bothered me a little. Um, She frowned at me. The entire city is talking of nothing else. I saw the photograph of you visiting Georgina Holloway in 3 separate society columns, as though that flimsy veil would disguise your appearance. So I had been recognized after all. I made a mental note to invest in headwear that would truly allow me to travel incognito. I would have come back sooner, she went on, but I didn't like to call any more attention to the matter. Here you are involved with this sordid affair when you might have engaged yourself in Lady Honoria's charity without the hint of scandal. I certainly didn't know there was going to be a murder at the Holloway's gala, I pointed out reasonably. I do wish you would consider your father and me, she went on as though I hadn't spoken. It is dreadful to have people mention your escapades to her. We are quite vexed by it. Really? You can't support your daughter in what she does? Then there was a couple of dun 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 dun. I can't do it. I tried. Couple of dramatic reveals where this is the person that did it, and then they investigate further, and they go, well, maybe not. Maybe it's not this person. So, and also, I am not comfortable with the fact that questions of um their marriage is supposed to be a rock solid marriage, and I get that, but it kind of bothers me that they question it's being questioned in comparison to the other couple that were the guys having an affair. He turned to look at me. You know that isn't how I think of it, do I? Sometimes I'm not at all sure. He gave a little laugh. You're imagining things and distraught over nothing. You need to get some sleep. I felt another surge of indignation. If you can't acknowledge what I'm saying, I said coldly, at least do me the courtesy of not speaking to me as though I were a child. He seemed to realize I was serious then, for the glimmer of amusement that had been in his eyes a moment ago faded, and then there was nothing on his features. I hated that look. The expressionless mask that fell across his face when he was confronted with my emotions. It was as though he had shut me out completely. We looked at each other. There had been other moments like this in our marriage, moments when I felt like we might be at an impasse. I didn't see how this situation might be resolved, for we would never view things the same way. We are not the Halloways, Emery, he said. And there it was. He cut to the heart of the problem. Somehow this sharp insight into my securities only made me wonder if he too had been contemplating the way even the strongest marriages could disintegrate with time. I have a visitor who wants to talk about the book. So, there's this huge reveal at the end of the book, and it reminded me so much. Come here, come on, come here. It reminded me so much of J.D. Robb's Eve. Well, you know I'm a fan. If you've seen any of my previous reviews, you know I'm a big J.D. Robb fan, and I'll be doing more of those in the future. But how's my girl? In Witness in Death by J.D. Robb, they gather all the characters on the theater stage and they go through them all. And there's one thing that's different. Well, that's a spoiler thingy, so we won't get into that kind of thing. But they go through and um they talk to each individual character. They they go, all right, you, and they talk about each character and Flora and her relationship with all the different guys, and they reveal all the stuff that was going on, who her secret visitors were, who the brother was, who the first mistress was, a whole big thing. And then it's dun dun dun, it's person this, and they take the person off, and then there's a 360 surprise, massive, big, huge surprise. Hey, I misled. That's kind of a spoiler. I'm sorry, but it made, because I was like, oh, here we go down the Eve Dallas Road, and they get this guy, and the cops are in the wings, and they take the person off, and then the real couples come forward, and it's da-da! We fooled you. We got away with this. I did this. He did this. Blah, 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 blah. I don't want to spoil it, but it was huge reveal, massive, huge reveal, and it's a really. It was better than I thought it was. I liked it more than I thought I would, because I'm sort of on a. I got a couple of Andrea Penrose down the road I got to get to. But it was good. I enjoyed it. It was a good, easy read. It flowed. Um, there's good spacing between all the words, and the printing is not too small. Because sometimes you get a book that's really small, and there's 307 pages, and it takes place in London. I like London. I like a little more Regency type, but this was a little more modern type because they actually had telephones. And she went to a telephone booth. I thought that was cool. I was like, aha! But definitely check it out. I have some more videos planned um this week, and definitely check it out. An Act of Villainy, Ashley Weaver, a surprise enjoyment. It was good. I was surprised because when it first started out, it was like, even though it flowed good and it read good, and there wasn't any um bumps or slowness to the book, it flowed, and it kept going. Well, it could be this person. Let's investigate it and let's go rule things out. And oh, well, if it's not that, then it's got to be that person, and we got to go through the steps and rule things out. So the ending was a surprise twist because like Eve Dallas was like, it's the and but it was a surprise twist. It was really good. Um, Good, smooth, easy read. And I like the husband is has to interview one of these people, and she's like, he's looking down her delicatage. I like that word, delicatage. But anyway, please check it out. Oh, and please, please, please like the channel and subscribe, please. It means so much to please like it. I'm just an amateur. I can't do the subscribe button or any of that fancy stuff that everybody else does. I have no clue. Zero clue how to do any of that stuff. And I've tried to watch all those how-to videos, and it's over my head. I like to read. I like to talk about books. That's what I do. I'm an amateur at this video stuff. So please just like it for me, please. It means so much. And I will see you soon. I got some more books to talk on. Have a good night.